Yeah, hi O'Shane. Look, I just thought I'd do this quick video. Yeah, it just seems to be a bit of confusion with the porch and the mid floor, perhaps. So I thought I'd send this through. So here we go. So ground floor. So this is the proposed ground floor plan. So at the moment there is no porch. Well, there is a porch, an existing porch, but we're actually removing it. It's pretty broken down. So the building line stops all at grid line H. Okay, so this blue part is the porch that we're adding on, and then we're obviously creating this extension via to create the single garage. So at the moment there is a 200 PFC where this green line dash green line is going from sitting on this 89 SHS on the which is on the half block wall all the way to the other side, which is a block wall with another SHS half high. Then you've got this 200 PFC back to back, um, which is currently connected into a 250 PFC, which spans from SHS to SHS to SHS to SHS. And then you've got some more double back PFCs in red tying into that. So at the moment, that whole mid floor is a steel structure, steel PFC to the posts, double back-to-back PFC linking up with a 250 PFC running along the length of the garage. So the first thing is that we want to do is we want to remove this back-to-back PFC, and we want to remove this single PFC. Currently the joists are spanning this way, and they are 140s, 150 by 50s rough sawn. So what we're planning on doing is basically using 150 by 63 high spans flitched to every single existing joist at 400 centers, going from this area from that point there down to the garage, and it stops on grid line H. Does not cantilever. That will be supported. So at this end, it's supported by a block wall. Obviously, sit on a timber framed wall which sits on the half high concrete block wall. And on this side, because we're not running it all the way to this next existing steel back to back PFC, we're creating an internal wall with a load bearing thickening in the concrete. This timber wall will then pick up these joists, and then obviously will also pick up these existing joists running that way. So at the moment, these are where the SHSs are located. So delete the steel, delete the PFC running this way, delete the back-to-back running this way, leave the SHS, leave the 250 PFC which goes right across the front, and then relocate this SHS so that's out of the way and place it on the top of that existing block wall. So that's kind of the mid floor explained. Yeah, no cantilevers out for the porch. The porch is a separate structure in its own. It's in its own mind. So I think that resolves basically ground floor, mid floor. The new porch area, which is basically these 1, 2, 3 block columns coming up, 400 square coming up, which support a timber post which holds up the porch roof. You've given us the pads for that, which is great. I'll just show you in 3D so you know what I'm talking about. So basically, that line there is grid line H running all the way through, and this is the porch structure that we are attaching to the existing house. So you've got the garage in there. You've got a half high wall. So these are the 1, 2, 3 columns that go up. We've got a laminated post sitting in these block piers, block columns. It's going up supporting a timber lightweight roof. So yes, it was just the footing design for each of these block columns, as well as the embedment for the laminated posts which sit inside the columns. I've drawn them as 135s or 150s. So I'll just need to get you to confirm if a 135 laminated is okay, and what sort of embedment and what sort of detail is required where it's obviously getting poured in situ inside the columns. So that is item number 2 with the porch. There is a retaining wall, which I will block. So there's a block wall. There's a return block wall, which I'm just trying to figure out why it's. So that wall there, it's actually shown as weatherboard. But this return 20 series block wall, which is a proposed wall, will go in. And that's basically what it's there for. Is there will be some retaining of under a meter high loading against the back of this block wall. So that's one of the aspects around the porch. There will also be, if you have a look at the plan, this little mini block wall, which Michaela and I thought would only be half high, but it would tie into the existing block work of the garage and just create some sort of strength tying into this column. Don't know if it's actually quite needed, but it does form the side of the new garage from the inside. So that actually I'll show you from the inside. So ground floor level proposed. That wall that I was showing you is actually this wall. So there's a wall that goes this way. I will just draw it. Just draw it in here and show you. So that's actually that wall. I know why, because that hatch is shown. So that's going to be a mini block wall tying into this half-high block wall tying into the column. Same with this wall. It's going to be a half-high wall tying into the column, but also retaining. And then we've got in situ steps and a timber frame structure for the rest of the steps and the porch floor itself, which I will show you in a second. So that's the porch floor in there, which is a timber frame structure, and the rest of the porch is just a bolt-on effect. Effectively bolted on. There's no cantilever outside of the existing lounge. I think on your sketches, you were thinking that the porch actually cantilevered. Well, it's just a set of stairs going up, so there's no joist projecting past this line of the building. It's in the interior, the mid-floor that we're questioning about. Now this pergola, currently there's a 140 by 45 ribbon plate coach screwed into the building at 800 centers, and it's been plugged. The rafters are at 600 centers and are 140 by 45s. The bearers are 2 bearers. I think they're 190s. I'll just have to double check that. Either 190s or 240s. Double nailed, sitting on the posts. There's no connection between the posts and the bearer. The posts are 90 by 90 and they have an embedment of roughly 500 mil depth, which is what Michaela was saying. I will just bring it up. I just want to make sure what I was saying. So just bear with me. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Yep, here we go. So from memory, 300 mil diameter, poured to country around 500 mil deep. So that's the footing detail currently on the pergola out the back. So really what Michaela's wanting to do is to run some either clear light or some sort of roofing material in between the rafters. So yep, I'll leave it up to you to see what sort of fixing requirements we need, if we need anything. So again, it's pretty much the ground floor steel beams, and it's so existing PFC, double back-to-back PFC gets removed. SHSs can stay. This SHS gets relocated to this corner. the existing 250 PFC, which runs from the entire length of the building from one end to the other on the front face on gridline H, remains. We don't really want to start changing it. Yeah, hope that helps, mate. Let me know. Give me a call if there's any other questions. Cheers.